Hi, it's Ellen Violette here, you guys. And today I want to talk about uh, the 4 keys to fast and easy ebook writing, and it also works for books. And the reason that I wanted to do this is I've been seeing these sponsored ads that just drag you through the mud about how hard it is to write a book and how long it takes. And oh my God, I mean, and I talk to a lot of authors where they go, well, I'm going to write a book someday, or, well, I'll think about it. And it's such a powerful tool for your business that it really always, in a way, surprises me that people put it on the back burner and don't see it as something that is really important to their business. So that got me thinking, why is that, and what are the elements that are going to get people to really pay attention and understand that it doesn't have to be hard and it doesn't have to take a long time to write a book. So the first key is motivation. Okay, you have to have motivation to do anything. And I know we all get busy and there are shiny objects and there are lots of emails, and so there are lots of things that can distract you. And so to get the motivation, you really have to look at, what's going to, as Eric Laughlin, one of my sales coach, always says, what's going to move the needle forward? And so when you understand that a book is going to move the needle forward in a huge way if you use it properly, then you will become more motivated to actually writing one. But a lot of people don't, or they'll look at it, or I'll talk to people on the phone, they'll say, well, what's the ROI? If I write a book now and I launch it, what's my rate of return? How much money am I going to make? And the truth is that I don't know how much money you're going to make. I mean, it depends on what you're going to do with it and how you're going to do it. But the one thing I can tell you is that books open doors. And so you never know what's going to happen when you do it, but I can tell you one thing: when you put all that energy into that, the universe feels the energy and things do happen. The last time I did a launch, I was offered a JV and we made like just about $1,000 each in an hour. I ended up getting a publishing deal. Actually, this wasn't my last one, it was the one before. But, so there are a lot, and those are good reasons, but an even better reason is that your book markets for you. It gets people in at a low cost, and so it's easy for them to take action, but they're also getting some skin in the game. They are, paying you for the book other than the first few days of the launch. But that helps you to understand whether they're motivated or not, because if somebody sees it and it's free and you get a lot of freebies, that's great. It gets you up higher on to market your book, to get your book marketed and seen in Amazon. But as far as making sales, when people actually buy it, it tells you that they're interested and they're willing to spend money on it. So, you can ask yourself, what am I willing to spend money on? Am I willing to spend money on myself? Do I have enough motivation to do this? And as I said, I mean, motivation is really important, but when you understand how powerful books and ebooks are, I hope that you will make it a priority, because they are powerful and they do move your business forward. They help you to market. They do a lot for you. So that's it. Motivation, number one. Number two is having the right topic. You have to have a topic that people want to buy. Okay, if you have a topic where you think, oh, well, there's nobody in this market, and so this is a really great book, chances are, no, it's not a really great book. It's probably nobody's there because nobody wants it. Because there are plenty of people out there with all the millions of books on Amazon who would have seen it and figured out that it was a good niche probably before you got there. But the best topic, people say, well, what's the best topic? Well, there isn't one topic. Okay, it's what's the best topic for you. And so the question is, what are you passionate about? And what skills do you have? Because you have to write about something that you're passionate about and that you have the skills to teach other people about. You have to be able to do that. And then beyond that, what does the market want? And who is the market, first of all, and then what do they want? And a really important piece of that too is, how do you connect with them? Because it's not just that you have a market that wants something, you have to use the right language so that they get it. Okay, that they are hooked into your message and want to learn more about what you're doing. Okay, So that's really important for that. And then the next one is system. Okay, you need to have a system. I'm looking to see if so I can see it in the group. All right, here we go. So I can see who's there. Thank you for the heart, Renee. So, okay, so now next is the system. Now, and this is where it really breaks down for people, because I once had a partner it was a JV. He was giving us a bonus actually for our book, Sell More eBooks, and he was saying how he had written a book himself, and it was the worst experience of his life, and he was never writing another one again. It took forever. It was horrible. So the reason it was horrible is because he didn't know what he was doing. Okay, writing books is not hard. Writing books, I guarantee you, it's not hard. I mean, once you know what your topic is, you literally, one time I sat down with my husband. He really wants to write a book on hypnotherapy. It's something he knows very well. He was a great clinical hypnotherapist for years, and he says before he dies he wants to write that book. So one day he says to me, I don't know how to start. And I said, well, what do you want to write about first? He says, well, I want to write, well, this was actually when he was going to do about anti-aging. He goes, well, I want to write about the history of anti-aging. I go, okay, well, what do you think you want to write about next? He goes, I want to write about telomeres. What do you want to write about next? And literally in like a minute, we had, a table of contents for his book. And it was like, oh, so really the thing is, most people who are experts, okay, well, I would say all people who are experts, they know their stuff. You know something about a topic, and it's just getting it from your head onto the page. And that's where the outline comes in, because you say, okay, well, and you can literally do what I just said. What do you talk about first? What do you talk about second? I mean, I do work with people when they are not able to do this themselves, and do the outline, with them, pull it out of them. But the main thing is just, having that. Once you've done the research, you know what your keywords are. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, here's a secret to getting your keywords. I work with people. I do something called my Crushing Kindle Call. It's one of the things I'm famous for. But if you go into Kindle, a shortcut, or just to get started, is once you've got some keywords that you think people are going to look up, go and see if there are any bestsellers. If they're bestsellers, it means that topic is selling. So, what I do obviously is more involved than that, and I help people write their titles and their subtitles. But it's not really difficult. Okay. So you get your outline, and then, how you do your outline is going to depend on, do you want to write your book or do you want to talk your book? And even then, you can do it two different ways. One is you can, I have a system in my 3 days to ebook cash program, and I give you the system so that you then just fill it in, and it's like 12 hours of writing time and it's done. So that's why we do it over like a 3-day period. But the other way you can do it is you can talk it, and rather than doing an outline and then talking each piece of that, you can do it where you say, okay, well, what questions do I need to ask? And then you answer them. And the main thing really with the system also is just knowing, well, what do you want people to do after they finish writing their book? A lot of times people will come to me and they'll say, it's a little warm here. Whew. And they'll say to me, okay, well, I'm going to write this book, and they really don't think about what their strategy is. So you want to have some strategy built into your system. And then the last thing is focus. If you're scattered all over the place, you can't think straight, and you're not focusing on writing your book, you're not going to get it done. And so that's why, the two most important things to me to get started really are the motivation and the focus, because once you decide, okay, I'm motivated, I want to get this done, and two, I'm going to focus on it, then you can start looking for the topic and deciding on the system. But before you have those two things, then it's pretty difficult to get to the topic and the system. So that's what you want to do. And one way to focus is to schedule it. Put it on your schedule. And I have to say, I used to be really bad at this. I'm getting better. But one thing I am good at is I don't really need a lot of outside accountability. Once I'm focused on something, it's like I just do it, step by step by step. And one of the things about that, though, is like you have to stay in the now. And I know for all of us, sometimes that can be difficult and you can get impatient. But you really do have to say, okay, this is what I do first, this is what I do second, this is what I do third. And if you schedule something each day and you work on it, even if you don't have a lot of time, then that's one way to do it. And if you do have the time, then you just, take a block of time and just get it done. But one of the places where people tend to get all caught up is after they write the book. So after you write the book, it needs to be edited, it needs to be formatted, and then you've got to publish it. And those are places where I don't even recommend that people do it themselves. I mean, if you're not good at these things, they're very technical in their own ways and time consuming, and you're much better off spending your time staying in your genius and letting us or somebody do it for you. One thing that I will say about editing is that a lot of people will call themselves editors and they're really not very good, and there are people, I have seen people come to me where they've really gotten screwed from companies where what they've done is they say, okay, well, we think this needs to be rewritten this way or that way, and now it needs to be re-edited, and now pay us again. I had one woman come to me and she'd spent $7,000 on an edit, which is crazy. So, I recommend getting somebody who's good, doing it right the first time, and not messing around with it, because it can really end up costing you a lot in the long run, and it might not even be very good. So that's the deal with that. And then with formatting, I'll never forget this one time one of my colleagues, who's very well known, and had a team, and they were saying that, oh my God, they tried to format themselves and it was a nightmare even for them. So again, get somebody who does this on a regular basis and let them do their thing. That's what I do. I was just working with a client today, and I'm really excited. Her book cover is gorgeous, and we do the book cover. We did it for her, and people charge like $1,200 for book covers that look like ours, that are only like $250. So again, find somebody that you like or let us do them, but don't spend your time on things that you aren't really good at and where you could be making a lot more money doing other things. And not only will you save a lot of time and frustration, but, well, that is what you'll save. You'll save a lot. You'll save money. You'll save time. You'll save frustration. But the main thing is you can get your book out really fast when you focus on the motivation, the focus, the topic, and the system, and don't let yourself get bogged down on those other pieces. You're way better off hiring somebody to walk you through it, or whatever you need. But like I said, that's what we do, and we're here for all those pieces that you shouldn't really be doing, and we do them all the time. So that's how you make it easy. Is like, just remember again those 4 things, write them down: motivation, and that means being motivated, making it a priority, focusing on it, then having the right topic, and deciding on what system you're going to use, and then just decide that you're going to do it and get it done. So as I said, there are a few ways to do it, and I'm happy to talk to you if you need more help on figuring out which way to do it. I don't charge you for that, so no problem. Okay, so that's it for today, and I'd love to hear your comments, your takeaways, and especially if you've learned anything that you think will make it easier for you. That would be awesome. And that's it. See you soon. Bye-bye.